Alright, what's going on, guys? We got another chapter of Vinland Saga. This is chapter 175, Sailing West Part 9. Let's get right into it. Now, I gotta say, kind of like the previous chapters that have happened, not a lot happens in this chapter. It's very placid. They're just sort of getting their supplies ready for the ship. They're sort of dotting their I's, crossing their T's, saying their farewells, getting a few presents to take with them. Cordelia gets a dress to take to Vinland. Very interesting fact, it does look like they have 5 ships that they're going to take with them to Vinland, so that's a good thing. It looks like they'll have plenty of supplies, people. I'm sort of curious as to how much supplies they have and how long it will last them. Because at some point, they have to become sustainable off of the land and off of the trade with the Native Americans. And if they don't establish that relationship quickly, they could find themselves in a situation where they run out of food, run out of supplies, and find themselves in a pinch. Now, they're leaving in springtime, which is ideal because the ice is melting in the water. They don't want to hit any chunks of ice, sink a boat, but also because if they can get there maybe by like end of spring, early summer, maybe they could start planting some crops. Maybe they could get a harvest in the fall time. So it's probably a very tight deadline, I would imagine. They got to make sure everything goes perfectly, and if it doesn't, they're going to be heavily reliant on the natives, and that's going to be the big thing. Can they establish that relationship? Can they sort of devise an equitable trade, a codependence, an interdependence, as Thorfinn called it, and make sure that they can guarantee their survival for the coming winter? So that's the big question. And then as they start sailing, probably the biggest moment of this manga chapter, because it's just basically a farewell, really nothing happens. Thorfinn's got a very menacing look on his face, and it says on the side of the page, "The eyes which are ready for the unexpected." So Thorfinn maybe knows that things might not go so well at first. There may be a little bit of contention, there may be some battles up ahead, and he may need more than words. He may need to be a little bit crafty, and he may need to convince them via other means. So who knows? Maybe he'll have to show the natives that he's capable of being a hunter, and maybe he'll hunt like some buffalo or something for them, prove his worth. That way they start to trade with him. This is all probably going to happen well into the future, but just kind of spitballing ideas. But it's not going to be an easy task whatsoever. And I would imagine that we probably won't get to Vinland for quite some time, because at the end of this chapter, it says that they're taking a break. So who knows when we're getting the next chapter. I would presume that September, we probably won't be getting a chapter. So maybe October, November. And it's probably going to take a few chapters before we actually get to Vinland. They actually have to sail there. So I would imagine that we're probably not going to be in Vinland until 2021, which is kind of a bummer. Things are kind of progressing very slowly, but let's hope that once we finally get there, they start to pick up the pace of the plot and things start getting exciting again. But yeah, that's all I really got to say for this chapter, guys. Just mostly speculation at this point because there's just not much else to talk about. There's not really any character development to speak of, so it's kind of a little thin there, but that's what it is. So tell me what you thought of this chapter in the comments, and I'll catch you on the flip side.